Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to tell you all about how I manage and create for over 20 different social media accounts. So my current job is I am a social media manager. So that means that I am overseeing all of the social media platforms for that company. I'm also creating the content that goes on it. So that's YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and even TikTok. So while it's a lot of fun, it's a super high pressure job, and I actually didn't go to college to study that. So it's kind of a learning experience every single day for it, but I'm having so much fun doing it. I'm having so much fun that I decided that just one account wasn't enough. So I also manage my own social media accounts. So, I have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, all that fun stuff. And to be honest, I think that one's the one that kind of gets neglected the most, just because, it's mine. The only person I'm disappointing at the end of the day is me if I don't get certain content out. But I also manage social media accounts for 2 other cheer gyms, and I create all the content for that, and I get to post it, and I'm having so much fun doing that. So as far, across the board, I have, like 5 to 7 different Facebook accounts, multiple Instagram accounts. I mean, to the point where I have to have 2 different devices to be able to scroll back and go back and forth to each Instagram page and post there. So I'm just gonna give you my tips and tricks and about how I manage and oversee all of these. And by no means am I saying I'm an expert on it. I am fairly intermediate. But just in case this is the perfect time to start your own Instagram accounts and blogs and websites, and yeah, so here we go, let's get started. So my tip number 1 is to stay organized. So I have a really cute planner that I got from Target, and in here I write everything down, and it's usually like super color coordinated, and I write everything out. So if I know that I want to have certain posts out, or what day I want to work on posts and content, I go ahead and write that down, and I'll just highlight it what color. So for Rockstar, for example, one gym is purple and the other gym is orange. And then for my real estate job, that one is all blue. My own personal one, that one is just black. And then I just started a podcast, so yes, Katie Chat down below. All the information is there, so check it out. That one is pink. So yes, so to stay organized and figure out the days that you want to create content. So obviously, my 9 to 5 job, from 9 to 5 I am creating content for them. So I like to carve out time in the evenings and even on the weekends. Really on the weekends is where I create a lot of that content. So tip number 1 is to stay organized. Tip number 2 is Canva. Canva saves lives. If you've never heard of Canva, it is a cool platform that allows you to create content for any of your social media platforms. Not only that, you can create flyers and posters and business cards. I mean, you name it, it is awesome. And the cool thing about it is even the free version, you can do so much with it. Check out Canva. I'll leave all of this information in the description below, don't worry. Tip number 3 is I use another platform called Hootsuite. And Hootsuite is a way for you to plan out all of the content that you want, month, weeks, years in advance, and schedule them. So for Rockstar, for example, I manage 2 Rockstar accounts, and I will go in and usually, if I want to post a quote, for example, I'll go in and I'll press I want it to go on Rockstar 1 account, Rockstar 2 account, both on Facebook. So it's super cool. And then if I want to post, when my podcast is debuting, I'm going to put that on my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, as well as the podcast Twitter, Facebook, Instagram accounts. And so I can go through and I can check all of those, and it keeps it super organized. I can go ahead and put the captions in so I don't have to do it later. That you actually do have to pay for. It is totally worth it. It's not that expensive. So I highly recommend doing that. managing so many social media accounts can get absolutely crazy and overwhelming. I mean, those 3 tips definitely keep me organized, on track, and ahead of schedule for the most part. But there does come a point where, you know, like I said, it is a really high pressure job and people expect so much from you, especially when, you know, you've produced really great content and then you're worried that the next piece of content you post or that you create isn't as good. And, you know, so you're always on your game. I mean, I like to compare it to celebrities. Like, think about Kylie Jenner. You know, she is always trying to keep up a certain image, and in order to, you know, play the game. And that's kind of how this is. So it can be really difficult. On top of not only that, but when you work for certain people and they are handing over their social media accounts to you and trusting you with it, they have a certain vision. And sometimes you're lucky and they're just like, I know nothing about social media, like, all you, go for it. And sometimes they're like, no, we have things that we want it to look a certain way, and that can be really hard. So for example, for me personally, creating content, you know, for my dance team page and for cheerleading, that is so much easier for me to come up with content and create content I can already see in my head versus, you know, the real estate company that I work for. That can be so difficult because my world didn't originally revolve around real estate. While it's super cool and it's awesome and I'm learning so much, it's, you know, it's totally new for me and I'm learning stuff every single day. And, you know, I'm stalking is a weird word, but you know, I'm looking at people's pages that are top real estate agents, top designers, interior designers, you know, landscapers, like, and I'm trying to emulate kind of what they've done and how they word things, because the way that you would word something in dance or in cheerleading is totally different. So but I would say, you know, like I said, high pressure job, but just keep going, keep creating, because eventually you're gonna get it. It's gonna click, it's gonna get there. It might take a really long time, but, you know, you're gonna do it, you're gonna make it. And if not, then maybe it wasn't meant for you. No, just kidding, you got it. Another tip that I have for you is to always stay inspired. And this was something that I like to do in dance as well. Is, you know, there was a period of time where I had a really hard time coming up with choreography. I just wasn't inspired, I wasn't there. But the second I started going out and taking my own classes and watching Dance Again on YouTube, that is when I got re-inspired. So, you know, always practicing, always looking at what other people are doing, and I wouldn't say copy, but emulate, get inspired by what they do. So again, just another recap, stay organized, use something like Canva. Hootsuite is awesome, and keep going no matter what. And my last one is to stay inspired, and that is probably my number one, because the second that you're not inspired is, you know, you can't really create anything. So, well, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I hope it was semi-helpful. You know, this is a perfect time while, you know, we're stuck inside and we're quarantined to our homes, so, you know, maybe try out social media, maybe really dig into it, create new pages, blogs. I've also created so many websites now. I've built out, I think, almost 5 websites now from scratch, and I can do another video on how to build a website if you guys want. So comment down below if you guys want to see something like that. And yeah, so stay safe and get creative, I guess. All right. Tip number 4 that I have is to, okay, what am I talking about? I have no idea. Okay.